Hi everybody, this is my first Minecraft video. I'm just picking up all my stuff after a lovely night of AFK. Of course, it looks like I forgot my gear on. I'm just gonna go down and do a little tour. Here's my AFK storage. Nothing else in there I want though. A little bit of lag. Here is my main level. If you can't tell also, this used to be a a ravine right here. So the ravine, it actually continues on going in that direction. So it continues on in that direction and it goes up into a huge cave system, which I did most of the lighting up in. The other day I found some that I still hadn't lit up. Up here I found a skeleton spawner, which I made into a little XP gathering thing. So I can flip this, and if it works, it did work this time. I killed one of the puppies. RIP. Sorry. But so I can actually sit here and gain levels, but I don't normally need to do that. I just come over here if I need to quickly enchant or add a book to something. Um, yeah. Um, Here's my little TARDIS room, which I haven't really finished. It's directly above the spawner. That block, this block right here is directly above the spawner. Like 3 blocks, 4 blocks, something like that. I can't remember. Over here. So I had started making, I was gonna put a trash can right here, but then I ended up routing um, the drops that aren't sorted down below and putting them into an area. Actually, I was burning the the bows, but that ended up being a huge problem, and I don't even save them anymore. Everything is just going and getting deleted now. But despawning, I I want to save more of the stuff because you can smelt up the gold and iron armor and all that kind of stuff for like nuggets, but I really don't need to do that, I don't think anymore. So, yeah, anyways, um, so these are tons and tons of bones. I've gotten a lot. That's just one chest. Um, there's a lot more. So when I added in the little pistons with the dogs on them, I kind of destroyed this area and didn't clean it up. But um, yeah, trying to remember what that. Oh yeah, I need to take that out. That doesn't do anything anymore. So here's a second access. This goes more to the storage room. So it comes out right here. And right here, this is where all those, like, I originally I had it come with a great big huge, oh crap, where's my bow? I originally had it come, it was looking a little bit industrial, but I didn't like it. It came across here and then it dropped into this chest right here with a hopper, and then it was burning the bows, but that was totally not effective. I ended up having just tons and tons and tons and tons of problems. So this furnace array, I ended up, when it was doing that, I disabled this one right here. I actually completely removed that one, and I haven't finished putting it back yet. I still need to put a couple of hoppers and the dropper in there. But I built this furnace array after watching a Mumbo Jumbo video where he built one. I can't remember who he built his huge 44 furnace smelter array off of, but um, I I just like I didn't even really watch the tutorial or anything. I saw what he did and I was like, oh cool, I could do that. And then I originally I had a smaller one right here. It was a 4 right here. Um, there's my bike. Isn't it beautiful? It's just one right now. There's gonna be more in the future. But so it was just 4, but oops, oop, Elytra. I'm still getting used to them. But that wasn't fast enough. There was a whole bunch of times when I was smelting up glass or nether brick, which um, obviously right now I haven't even really done anything with. But yeah, that it just wasn't fast enough, so I needed it to be faster. So I made an 8, and then when I made the 8 and I connected it up with the bows, that furnace, it was always skipping this one. And and then after I removed that one, then it started skipping this one down here. Um, this one was always being skipped. So I switched it over to coal, and now it doesn't skip any anymore. But I haven't finished putting that one back in yet. I got a lot of unfinished stuff here. That's actually a backwards item elevator with it's got a hole in the center. So um, items that I put in a chest right up here, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Items I put in a chest right here will drop down to the lower floors where I'm planning on furthering my storage. So here's where that item elevator comes and it just drops everything right there. So this is my basic storage right now. Things are kind of sort of sorted, but I'm doing it all by hand. I'm working back here in sorting out different things automatically. That's actually all the farther I've gotten with the item filters. Is right there. yeah, so here's the dropper elevator that comes up from the lower floor, which I'll show you in a second. Here's the, you can see the chickens. That's how I get the chickens in there if I ever, I'm thinking about disabling that by, because I am, I mean, I have chests full of chickens, and I kind of feel a little bit bad, like I know that this is a game, but like, this is, like I'm a fan of free range stuff, so this is kind of horrible. Oh yeah, I was gonna go down farther. So, mining that way and that way. This way is primarily I ran into, this was all one huge lava lake right here. This whole thing was lava lake, and I ran my furnace array off of lava for a very long time. I've now switched over exclusively to coal because it turns out it runs a little bit better. One second. Okay. Sorry about that. Had to run and grab the door. So it turns out that the furnace array works a little bit better off of just coal. So this was great for a long time. This was like too deep. This entire area, I've obviously I've filled in a lot. Actually, it might have been three deep in a lot of these areas. I used up a lot of lava. So over here we have access to two of my mob drop farms. So one of them is down here. You can hear one of the witches back there right now. So it goes into this item stream right here. The items are spit out and they go this way. I need to figure out how to improve the mob drop area because obviously things are surviving. Not only witches, but zombies and pretty much everything except for creepers are surviving. Oops. So that's one of them. And the other one is over here. It's very similar in that it's just a dropper spitting stuff out into an item stream that carries it over. And I probably didn't actually need to worry about the packed ice and stuff because it's not moving very far. But I went and I found some packed ice, and that was pretty awesome. So I still need to clean up though. And then there's an access up here you can see. So that's how I'm killing stuff in both areas. So on top of the hoppers, I have half slabs. And then on top of, and then right after the half slabs are signs and then the lava. And it appears that there's a lot of stuff that is surviving. Baby zombies, full-size zombies, skeletons, and even though they have only like 1.5 blocks, they're still surviving. So, and you can hear that witch, and there was just a whole bunch of stuff that just fell right there. And so if we actually go up here, most likely right now we're gonna see some stuff spit across. Maybe not. It works. You can take my word for it. Right here, if you can't tell, this would be my nether room. It was blown up by a creeper once, so I need to get more stuff. I already patched the glass because it had like completely, like all of the glass like here, this was like all gone. Oh, oh, hey, there's another piece of glass that's missing, and apparently my redstone lamp is missing there too. Um, so yeah, this is my main base. So we can go up. I'll show you my main. Well, actually, I should probably show you my farms here first. I keep getting slimes up here, and I think that's what keeps destroying all this, but I'm really not sure. It's just like if I don't come up here for like a day or two, it eventually it'll all be like this, and it's like super annoying. But and I'm pretty sure it's because of slimes. This is not automatic in any way. This is all manual. But I have some villagers. I wanted to work out some way of getting an automatic villager farm thing, but I just haven't really gotten to that aspect of it yet. Yeah. So here's melons and pumpkins over here, and this could actually be like half the size. So this is pumpkins. Both of these are melons, and then this one over here is pumpkins again. And then there's a mine cart that travels here, a mine cart that travels here, a mine cart that travels here, and a mine cart that travels here. That it all gets dropped off right here, and then there's an ice elevator, an ice water stream that goes and it connects it up. It drops it into the same area into the same dropper that spits it into the cacti farm right here, and then which is like right there, and then it all ends up down 2 floors down, 3 floors down in the storage room. So here's the back side of the melons and pumpkins, and it's just a hopper clock with a bunch of unnamed or randomly named feathers that in there that it just, you know, if you understand redstone at all, you get what's going on there. And if you don't, I will gladly show you more of what I'm doing on all that stuff. So I haven't finished redoing this. I plan to, this is gonna go back to being soul sand again. I was just, you know, like early on, I was having to go down here and access this all the time. Now, the what the top side of my base looks like. Oh, I forgot to show. So over here, this is the sugarcane, which that appears to not be growing. Oh, that's a problem. Apparently I accidentally destroyed that. I need to put dirt in there for now. And that's probably a reason why I should put a clock in there. Because instead of having it that way, this way with, so that there's an observer right here that's just, it pushes this out and then it triggers all the pistons. Again, there's a fair amount of loss because like you can see all the sugar cane right there. But like it, first of all, I built this early on, so it's like totally okay because I have tons of it. Now, granted, I might run out and then I might need to increase its efficiency, but if I did, I would probably just like add 2 more sections on instead of actually really doing anything any different. But so, I mean, I have all that. Plus, I have more um, in shocker boxes. Actually, it's just paper, and it's not that. There we go. So I was gonna go up, and I was gonna show you. This is another access to the skeleton spawner, which I don't really use very often. That is again the storage for my AFK fish farm, which is now cleaned out because it was just full of crap that I already have tons of that I don't really need. This was the original entrance to the main part of my base, which is down there, obviously. But then, so I built this house early on, and then I would just access it through down below. But then after I learned that T flip-flop, I think it's called thing, then I made this, and then I blocked this right here off. So the only way to actually get in there is through the crafting bench. So this was a lake right here, and then there was another lake like right over here, and it was like over there. I merged all of this, built that bridge across, and made this cool little waterfall. Which this is a great place that I use for taking off with my elytra, which of course I don't have any rockets on me at the moment. But here's llamas. So before I actually made it to the end, before I was so scared to try to take on the Ender Dragon, when I would go get like wood and stuff. Oh yeah, shift. This is what I would use to go get stuff. So I still have these llamas full of and somehow they're getting out. So apparently llamas can jump more than 1 block. So I don't know. They're still really, they're not really wandering very far, and it's good because I can come in here, and it at least it keeps the zombies and everybody out. So that's kind of nice. Yeah. Haven't done too much building up here. Um, Here I got some villager people over here. Um, yeah. And for some reason, I had a number of pieces of wooden staircase disappear on me, and I just patched it up with cobble. And like I watch some of the bigger YouTubers like Stress and False and them, and they're like just totally random. And it looks so awesome. So I want to start experimenting with doing stuff like that, but I'm totally like I can't. Like I love this automation type stuff but like I can't. My building skill is pretty low, so that's a problem. And I don't have my bow. So I got a handful of villagers in here, and there we go. Yeah. So there's, I think this is a cartographer, yep, and a butcher, which I maxed out on the chicken, and then there's one nitwit right there, and a fisher person. I named Jan. Um, so I thought, based on some videos that I watched in the last like 2 months, that any brown coat would automatic. Oh, and then there's also, I forgot about that one up there. There's a cleric up there. That any brown coat would farm, and then it's a reasonable way to make a villager breeder, but that is totally not the case. So fishermen or fisherwomen cannot or will not farm. So it's kind of sad. And even though I've done a ton of trading with these people and tried throwing them food and doing all kinds of stuff, I can't get them to actually do any breeding. So I don't know, maybe that guy is too close, or maybe I need to put more doors, or maybe there's a door in some random place that I have no idea where that door is. But yeah, and then this goes right back down to my base. This is an ink farm, which isn't particularly huge or great or anything, but it does produce a little bit. If we go down here, we can see it is producing that. And this has been like days. So I think I need to make it bigger or somehow make it more efficient, which I'm not sure what I need to do for that. But I really don't need that much ink, so I'm probably just going to leave it because it's totally passive. And yeah, so right below here, this is the sugar cane. And then I can drop down into my main level. Oh, my farming level, not my main level. Yeah. So that is my base tour. Oh, there's two more things I should show you. So if we come down here, we have, so this was another one that, okay, so I screwed up on building a mob drop farm, and it totally, like, it didn't work because what I did was, okay, so this was originally just one level, and I made it huge. And the only way to get the water to work was to put, or to get it to sweep things into the center, was to put water all the way along the edge here. And I thought somehow that it would continue to spawn things, but of course mobs don't spawn on water. So it never produced anything. And then again, I was watching one of Mumbo's recently released videos where he made his mob drop farm where he's got that big tower in the center with the water that comes down and stuff. And so this is, and I didn't want to make like 60 dispensers because then you also have a problem with it spanning all the way across, because it'll produce infinite water sources down here, and like I'm not that great with the redstone and the water things in that nature. So I wanted to just leave it. And apparently I have this off right now at the moment. I thought I turned it back on. But yeah, so that will turn that one on and off. And we can go up and look at the redstone on that in a second. Um, when I shut it off, I might have broke it. Oh, there it goes. Okay, excellent. So yeah, there's a piston with some redstone blocks, and it does a nice job of covering this. I should have put the signs up a little higher. I would have to remove the glass blocks right here, but yeah, so in a little bit, a bunch of stuff will start spawning in there, and so I'm gonna run. Um, I did a second one, so that was producing fairly good, and I was liking what I was getting from that, but it wasn't quite producing enough. So I did a second one over here, and this one is actually designed more specifically to be like what Mumbo built. And so this one, it kind of sort of works a little better. It's got two drop dispensers with water in each floor. It's got two floors, and these actually produce the same amount. So even though this one has got two floors, it produces like the exact same amount as that one with only one floor. And you can see my sugarcane area over there. I eventually plan on hooking that up to the area down below. I just haven't gotten to that yet. So that is my base tour. This is the redstone for this one, which is really kind of sort of similar to the one down below. Not really, I guess, but or to the other one, the first one that I built. This part of it is the same. The hopper clock with pistons and redstone block. But this one's different because it incorporates these observers like this. So, which I thought was when I first built it, I was like, "Oh yes, that's awesome!" So I was quite surprised that it worked and very, very, very happy. So this was the original way to access the top floor, but I think oh no, I didn't close it off. So the redstone, it comes from where that button is down below. It comes up right here. So there's where that button is, right where my cursor is, and then it comes up like this, and then comes around, and then I can use that to shut this off by pushing this piston over here, and then it locks this, so it'll trigger like one more time. So sometimes when I do that, excuse me, I got the hiccups. Let me take a drink here. So the redstone clock, this one's, as you can see, it's a little bit faster, but it only trips every like fourth time. So it goes back and forth a lot more. I don't know if I like the way this one flushes. I mean, it flushes a lot longer, and this one's also a lot harder to shut off than the other one is. But I'm really close to the. I don't know if that matters on a single player world like this one, but um, I'm really close to the spawn area because like I went straight away and just started building here, and that's one of the reasons why I got the other bases, which I'd be happy to show. I could probably show all the other ones in one round, because I really don't have anything over there. It's just pretty much mining and stuff. But yeah, so this is the lower level around that first mob drop area. And I'm not going to be able to get through. So, thanks for watching. Hopefully, hopefully somebody watches this. I don't know.